Prosecutor Teeman, can you lead us in the pledge?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Davis.
Sure. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessings of life and blessings of this day. Thank you for the wonderful weather. We thank you, God, for sustaining us once again. We pray that you'd be with us today and give us wisdom and guidance in all that we do, that we might better serve the people of Sauter County. We ask it all in Jesus' name. Everybody said.
Amen. Thank you
you.
both. You're welcome. September 22nd meeting. Let's jump right in and get started with the approval of the meeting minutes from September 15th.
Sir, I would like to make a motion that we approve the minutes of September 15th as submitted by our clerk.
And I'll second.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of request for appropriation of funds,
Any comments or questions on the appropriation of funds? Hearing none.
Motion to approve?
I will second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of request for appropriation transfer of funds,
Any comments or questions on item 3? Hearing none.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of accepting miscellaneous report,
Any comments or questions on item 4? Hearing none.
Motion to accept?
I'll second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of notification from the Ohio Division of Liquor Control regarding Toro Loco 3 LLC doing business as Toro Loco and Patio,
Any comments on 5? Hearing none.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of notification from the Ohio Department of Taxation regarding permissive sales tax,
So permissive sales tax for July of 2022, sales local, $429.08. Sales actual, $400,729.67. It's a total of $1,202,158.75. This is another decrease of $33,181.43. It looks like we're going to continue to see a downtrend. Hopefully it doesn't continue as steep. But I think we can all assume this is associated with the inflation that's happening and people trying to keep more money in their pockets while they figure out what's going on with essentially inflation within the county and in the country. Any comments or questions on item 6?
I think we are still up for the year.
Good.
Overall, 344,000. I will say that in looking ahead, looking at the August numbers that were released yesterday, which we don't have an official notification on, but it looks flat, very flat. We're up 2% on non-auto, and we're down, I think, minus 7% on auto, which is a smaller number, so it's not as big. But I think we're going to continue to see a flat or a negative there. Still positive for the year, but there's some headwinds there that we need to be concerned about.
Thank you for that. Any additional comments or questions? Hearing none?
Motion to accept?
I'll second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of American Rescue Plan Retention Grant Pre-Award regarding the Sauter County Sheriff,
The Sauter County Sheriff's Office is being awarded $285,424.52. This is American Rescue Plan funding through the Office of Criminal Justice Services, so this is state ARPA funds, to provide retention bonuses to their office. There is no match required from us on this grant. We appreciate Sheriff Thurman continuing to seek out grants, especially ones that don't require match. This specific is for retention. We know that first responder burnout is a real thing. So hopefully this funding helps, one, show our appreciation to our frontline men and women, but also helps with their retention and turnover in the office. Any additional comments or questions? Hearing none?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
And the matter request for fund transfers.
Any comments or questions on item 8? Hearing none?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
And the matter request to attend meetings and trainings.
Any comments or questions on our request to attend meetings? Hearing none?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of approving payment of the regular schedule of accounts for the various funds, moral obligations, and the then and now certificates in the total amount of $986,549.07.
Any comments or questions on item 10? Hearing none?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of accepting an amended certificate from the Budget Commission.
Any comments or questions on item 11? Hearing none?
Motion to accept.
Second.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of accepting of board meeting minutes.
Any comments or questions on item 12? Hearing none?
Motion to accept.
Second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye. Item 13, we do have executive session topic. It is 9:40. We don't have bid openings for at least 20 minutes. So it would be my pleasure that we go ahead and move on with item 13. And then we can do questions on and off the agenda after the bid openings and additional comments. Does that work for both of you? With that, can we get a motion to enter into executive session pursuant to ORC 121.22G1 to consider the discipline of a public employee?
I would make a motion we enter into executive session pursuant to ORC 121.22G1 to consider the discipline of a public employee.
I'll second.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
And I note the time at 9:40
It's
a.m.
9:41. We'll return shortly, hopefully for bid openings close to 10 o'clock. All right, welcome back. Can I get a motion to exit executive session?
Nope, recess.
Recess executive session, sorry,
And
Okay.
return to regular
and
session
return to regular session.
at 10:39 a.m.
Do I get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye. Want to apologize to our bidders. I know we had a 10 o'clock. I know our bids are date and time stamped, so apologize that we're running late. With that, I'm going to turn it over to our engineer, Darren O'Brien, for bid opening for White Gravel Bridge replacement, Duck
We're
Road.
gonna actually start with the paving.
Road?
We
Oh, you're
only
doing
have
paving
one.
first?
Yeah, we only have one for the
Perfect.
paving, so we're gonna start with that one.
All right, thank you so much.
Go ahead.
All right, the paving is for Dogwood Ridge, Lick Run,
Yep,
and
So
this
this-
one is from the Shelley Company.
yeah, so this is part of the current project on County Road 2 right now. Part of the grant. So this would be paving, it'll be paving from Gallia Pike, and then it'll end pretty much at Hartley, which is just before you get to State Route 140, that's the grant portion, and we're gonna pave it all the way out to 140 with county funds. So let me look, okay, so this bid is from the Shelley Company in the amount of $656,694.19. 656,694.19. Is that the only one we
That is
got?
the only one for the paving. So the next one we'll do is for Duck Run Road Bridge replacement. first one is from DGM Inc. out of Beaver, Ohio.
So this is the truss bridge on Duck Run, that's close to McDermott Pond Creek. This is 100% paid through federal funds through ODOT, it's part of their bridge partnership program. So these are all lump sum bids. So the first one is from DGM Inc. of Beaver for a lump sum price of $681,000 even, 681,000.00.
The next one is from Axis Civil Construction LLC out of Gahanna, Ohio.
Can you spell the name?
AXIS Civil Construction.
These guys have done good, the bid's on the very top, so easy to find. Okay, so again, this is a lump sum from Axis Civil Construction from Gahanna. A lump sum bid of $711,000 even, 711,000.00.
The next one is from Eigel, George J. Eigel and Company, Inc. I hope I said that right. And that is out of Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, George Eigel, Columbus, Ohio, lump sum bid, $686,200.00, 686,200.00.
The next one's from Allard Excavation out of South Webster, Ohio.
Okay, just as Jen said, Allard Excavation from South Webster. Lump sum bid of $706,294.00, 706,294.00.
The next one is from Allen Stone Company Incorporated. Corporate office is in Vincent, Ohio, and the branch office is in Williamstown, West Virginia.
Scotty, we need you to start singing. I gotta find it. Everybody's gonna exit. All right. Okay, here it is. All right, so the lump sum bid, Allen Stone out of Vincent, Ohio, $678,000 even, 678,000.00.
And that is the last one for this project. The next project is the White Gravel Bridge Replacement. And the first bid is DGM, Beaver, Ohio.
This is another truss bridge. This actually comes from state funds through the County Engineers Association. We're happy to get rid of these truss bridges. All right, so this is also a lump sum bid. DGM Inc. out of Beaver, Ohio. $942,000 even, 942,000.00.
The next one is from Axis Civil Construction LLC, Gahanna, Ohio.
Okay, lump sum bid, Axis Civil Construction out of Gahanna, $947,614.94, 947,614.94.
The next one is George J. Eigel and Company Incorporated out of Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, George Eigel out of Columbus, $891,500 even, 891,500.00.
The next one is Allard Excavation LLC, South Webster, Ohio.
Allard Excavation, South Webster, lump sum bid of $931,500, even, 931,500.00.
Allen Stone Company Incorporated, Williamstown, West Virginia.
Okay, Allen Stone, Vincent, Ohio, $1,008,000.00. 1,008,000.00.
And that is all of the bids.
Are we looking for a motion to let me review these?
Yep.
All right, can we get a motion to forward the bids to our county engineer for review?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Davis,
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye, thank you all for bidding and coming in. We appreciate you, and appreciate the work you do in the county.
Yeah, very much. And then just for the schedule on these projects, the paving, if everything checks out okay with the bid, the paving will occur this year. It'll be a continuation, and we'll do it with the project that we're working on now at the Lick Run Dogwood Ridge intersection. The bridges, the plan is, if everything checks out, we will design this winter and begin construction next year on both those bridges and complete them next year.
Wow,
So,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all.
Yep.
Right,
Thank
we'll
you.
continue on with our meeting. We do need to re-enter executive session, but prior to that, let's go ahead and see if there's any questions about it.
Actually, I would like to add a fourth.
Oh, sorry, that's right. Sorry, Commissioner Davis.
Yes, we had a last minute thing that's been requested by the Building Demolition and Site Revitalization Program. This is a formality, and it's one that is requested by the Department of Development in regards to this program. Of course, those that know, we applied for $500,000 to tear down some buildings, commercial structures, as well as 8 houses. Since then, we have had one building drop off, we have had one house drop off that list. So we won't be getting the whole 500,000 because they won't let you reallocate, unfortunately. We tried, but we can, in talking with Director Mahalik the other night, she did mention that there hopefully will be a second round, and that the General Assembly is looking at funding another round. So hopefully there will be more monies that we can apply for in the future. But with that, they are asking us to do a community authorization, which basically is the 3 commissioners verifying that these houses, or I'm sorry, buildings and houses are blighted, and it's just another checks and balance that, you know, the land bank has already done this, but they want the county to do this as well, to say this is true and factual. So that's what this is for, is basically, well, it is doing an authorization that says these buildings are blighted and that we are okay with them taking them down. These were the buildings on Chillicothe Street. This is a building out on 139, the Divide Carryout, which Prosecutor Teeman, I'm sure you're very well aware of, how bad and how blighted that's been for years. And then, oh yeah, it's gone. I mean, the building it's dangerous. All of these buildings are dangerous. They've been deemed dangerous. And then there's 8 houses that the city of Portsmouth has said these are houses that need taken down. They verified those. These are blighted houses beyond repair, and they have been deemed as a health and safety risk. So with that, I wanted to add this to the agenda because we have to have this back like right away for them to move forward with the grants. So,
Okay, so in the matter of community authorization verification of blighted homes in Sauter County for the land bank for demolition. Can I get a motion?
We got a motion? Can I get a motion?
I would make a motion to do that.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Okay. And Angie's gonna need these back today because we have to get these back
Okay.
as soon as possible.
Um, Before we go into executive session, let's just, any questions? There's one question, okay.
Josh Lawson, off agenda. Do the commissioners know what type of wages / benefits will be offered to Benestar employees at the SOAR Business Park facility?
We can get that, I don't want to float out the wrong number. I have a number in my head, but I want to make sure I give the right one, so we'll get that. And it's up to the business to announce that, but we'll see if we can't get that information from them. That's it. All right, with that, I'll entertain a motion to enter into executive session.
According to 121.22G1, to consider the discipline of a public employee at 10:52 a.m.
I'll second. Did you make the motion?
No,
No, I didn't. make a
Okay,
motion.
I'm sorry. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye. All right, welcome back again. Can I get a motion to exit executive session
And return to regular.
and return to regular session?
I'll make the motion.
It's 11:21 a.m.
Thank you.
Got a motion? Can I get a second?
Second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of placing a public employee on administrative leave with pay pending an investigation and requesting the prosecutor's office to conduct an investigation on behalf of the board.
Can we get a motion to place an employee on administrative leave with pay pending investigation?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye. That is the end of our meeting. Commissioner Coleman, do you have any parting words, anything to share?
No, sir, not at this time.
Commissioner Davis?
Just a couple things. With the land bank, we did mention the building demolition and site revitalization program, how we did receive the monies for those. We're cleaning up a few housekeeping items on those, but we will be working with the contractors soon to get that work done. So again, the land bank tearing down blighted properties. Very proud of the work that's going on there with the board. And then also had an opportunity to meet with Lieutenant Governor Houston last week in regards to workforce, child care, amongst many, many other things. I was able to speak with him about children's services for just a moment, and basically to discuss the funding formula that's coming out of Ohio right now, and the lack thereof. So once again, bring it to the forefront, talk about it, and continue. We need to continue to be that voice for our kids down here. But it was a good conversation overall we had with the board, CCAO board, and a lot of discussion, a lot of talking points as far as the future of our communities. Workforce development is huge. Bringing more women into the workforce was something that was discussed. Of course, child care is a big piece of that, and then mental health. Mental health was something that we discussed a lot, which is going to be. I believe is going to be a very important topic in a second DeWine administration with healthcare, mental health in our communities. One of the points that I made was, quite honestly, we wouldn't have a jail overcrowding situation in many of our counties if we had ample mental health facilities to take care of a lot of our people. And there are people that are in our jail, quite honestly, because they either didn't receive mental health services, or it's basically where they're being held because they have mental health issues. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. We have a lot of people that need help, and because of the waiting list and the fact that we only have 70-some beds in Athens for 2.4 million people is atrocious, and this is something that we have brought up multiple times at the state level. I believe this administration wants to do something about that. and we want to partner with them to do that. Adolescent mental health is something that is a major issue right now, and it sounds like there's going to be help in that regard, and something that we need to keep on the radar for ways that we can partner with the state to fund that. So I know it's a big issue. We have that within our children's services now with the severity of the trauma that's going on, the opioid epidemic and everything else. Just know, want everyone to know that we understand the situation, we understand the issues. Some of the answers are elusive, some are not, and there is help on the way. So we're tackling that, and I know entities such as law enforcement, our prosecutor's office, and others would appreciate more help in regards to this problem. So I'll leave it at that. There's a lot of discussions going on at the state level, and of course that trickles down to the counties, and we have to be ready to, for lack of a better word, pounce on anything that would reveal itself for funding to be able to tackle these issues, addiction issues, mental health issues, working with our Adams board, identifying avenues for assistance. We're working on that, we're looking at that. It's not an easy fix, it's a continuing problem and a growing problem, and we need to address it, and we're working on it. So that's it, sir.
Thank you.
Brian, one question. When you were having those discussions, you said you got some good feedback. What are they, I mean, in your opinion, as far as the children's services and that portion of all of these issues? What was their feedback? I mean, I know they have to be aware, but do they have any remedies or anything that we can look forward to?
I think that there is a great debate within the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services right now, which of course Children's Services is lumped into that, on exactly how to proceed, how to fund it and fund it responsibly. They know that we as a state are grossly behind on funding children's initiatives. And this is historical. This is something that's happened across administrations. This isn't a political issue. It's not. It is very much something that we should all be able to agree upon, and that is to take care of our children. So they realize there's a problem. In speaking with them and even giving ideas, you know, we talked about, you know, the funding is so complicated when you talk about 4E and all these other methods, and they make it difficult sometimes to go and secure that funding because of all the sticks, not the carrots, but the sticks that scare you into going out and getting certain funding. That those things need to be simplified. It needs to be simplified. And the other thing is the process by taking care of children, of children's intake centers and homes and things like, we have to be more open to trying different pilots. That's something that's being talked about right now, is pilot programs as far as intake centers, mental health centers, things like that for adolescents. We think that, they think, and I agree with them, that if we do more on that front, we'll see less trauma, we'll see less happen as far as children being stuck in the system. It's a major problem. It is, and they know that. And Sauter County is not unique. Everybody's dealing with this. Every county is seeing an increase in trauma and numbers, and that's very concerning for the state. So we're hoping that this General Assembly really tackles this in a big, appreciable way, so that we can do more at the county level. Funding is really one of the answers, but a smart approach on how to deal with these problems is needed, and right now they're debating that.
Oh, we got a comment from the prosecutor.
I'll opine that we can't wait on their conversations.
I agree.
We've got
That's
to
right.
fund it now, and the only way to do that is through the levy.
That's right.
That's why we're doing what we're
Can't have
doing.
too many step factors.
And that's what we're doing, and unfortunately, you know, the way it is right now, yeah, help isn't on the way, and we have to, and we've done this. You know, Shane, I'm glad you mentioned that, because, you know, this isn't the first thing we've done in the levy initiative, but also we've done, by the time this year is over, we will approach $3 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's the last I heard.
That's what it looks like.
And using funds, ARP funds, to prop this thing up until we can get the levy in place. But at the same time, we've invested heavily in children's initiatives in your department with the Special Victims Unit and tackling what is an issue in our county, and it seems to be an issue in our region. We hear a lot about crimes and violence against children, and then even in our elderly, elder abuse. We're seeing more and more of that in Sauter County, and I believe that it's a lot of this is driven by the opioid epidemic in our county, and unfortunately we are dealing with that on many fronts. But we've been funding, we've hired attorneys, all this. I'm preaching the choir here, but we are doing everything we can. We're throwing everything we can at this because it is very difficult to change the hearts and minds of people right now. To not start using opioids in the first place. And that's what we're hoping with better education in our school systems, getting with our young people at an early age and tell them that, look, this isn't a route you want to go down. Every parent should have that conversation with their kids. Every parent, myself included, and have. You don't want to start down this path, because once you start down it, it is very, very, very hard to stop. And oftentimes it leads to death. And we see this in our county in a very big way. And I appreciate all the ones that are out there doing their best to try to prevent. It's hard on the ones that are treating it too. They're trying to help these people that have become addicted. And it's not just opioids, it's alcohol, it's other things that people are becoming more and more prevalent. I was talking to a counselor the other day. Just some of the things that they're seeing on the mental health side are very, very, very concerning. Things that they've never seen before that are cropping up. And to a great degree, some of that leads to a criminal element, which ends up in your system, your place. So it's tough. It's really tough.
And we've got to make sure that the kids do not become the next generation to engage in that behavior, to be protected, that our people are trained appropriately to handle and have the resources and tools to handle it. Unfortunately, that costs money, and we have to decide as a community where we want to spend our money. And for me, it's giving our people that are trying to protect our kids the better training to do it in a better way.
True.
And then the exposure just to the children. I was on Facebook the other night, and I was reading an article, and there was a drug, and it had strong fentanyl in it, and it looked like Skittles. Has an M on the front and a 30 on the back or something like that. It looked just like candy. And
That's something that, I'm sorry.
It just makes me sick.
I read a
because
statistic while I was in Columbus last week that said that it is now projected that 40% of counterfeit pills have fentanyl. That's 4 in 10.
That's probably low, but yeah.
It might be, yeah.
From our experience, that's what we're seeing.
It's probably 2 years ago, data,
Fentanyl
you know?
in the candies, look like candies, look like other pills, like OxyContin. They're made to look like OxyContin, it's actually fentanyl. Ecstasy is usually now mixed with, and that's bad enough, it's now mixed with fentanyl, and these are marketed for a partying crowd, as well as making them attractive to, and I don't think that's, I pray that's not the intent, but it is also makes those things attractive to children. We have a huge problem with exposure, children being exposed to fentanyl and other drugs in this county. That is something we really push hard to continue to improve in the law enforcement, and we also need to improve that on giving these children a safe place to go. And that's part of this.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Anything else, Mr. Lewis? I guess in parting, just an update on the marketing plan for the tourism board. There is a survey out on the visitors Facebook page, and I believe we've also shared it on the commissioners page to get insight from the community in terms of different questions regarding tourism. We're moving still forward with the research phase of that. There's a focus group happening with different organizations and community leaders, I believe tomorrow, to help our consultant with that. So just to keep you guys up to date, that's moving forward. We're in the research phase, and soon we'll be in the recommendation type phase, the redesign phase. So that's going on. Also, it's clear that we're entering fall weather, and I will continue to talk about our farmers until the agritourism season's over, but get out and support our local farms. I think they had their opening weekends last weekend, but Nobles, Kindred Ridge, Furman's, Hooples. I hope I'm not forgetting somebody. Those are the ones that are inviting people on to do different activities. But
Did you say Noble?
I said Noble. Yeah, Noble. But get out there, and they all offer something uniquely different. It's all a uniquely different experience. So visit all of them. I think Furman's even has like a sunflower. You can go to the sunflower field and take pictures. So it's a great time to get pictures with your families too. So support our local farmers and the farmers markets too. So with that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I would take that a little bit further.
I'll take it. Fine. Take it further.
Your farm and fleet stores, especially your mom and pops.
Yep.
I think a lot of them have pumpkins and fodder and all kinds of neat little decorations and stuff like that. And support your small business. Get out there and feed and supply stores
Yep.
down on 2nd Street and elsewhere out in the county. Get out there and support them. Buy your fall decorations and help your small business owners.
Very good.
I do want to say something. I was down by Earl Thomas Conley Park last night, just taking a look at things. Went past the splash pad. The paving is complete there in the parking lot, and that's going to be very nice when we open our season next spring. And we're just about finished with our
Paving.
Getting
our
there.
projects down there.
Sawyer and I took a run
Big hit.
on the loop down there.
Big hit.
There was multiple people already down using it. Thankful that it's there. It's a nice, safe place. And I didn't realize this, and I guess shame on me. There was already some exercise equipment, stationary equipment that the trail now runs right by. So get out there and enjoy the park. Kids can play on the pump track as mine did, and then me and my son went for a nice 2-mile jog around it's 1 mile, a little more than 1 mile around, so it's easy to track your pace. But yeah, get out and enjoy the park.
Beautiful scenery.
Yep.
ADA access, go for it.
Yeah, we did have a phone call this morning about the trail, complimenting you guys on it, so.
Oh, nice.
just so
Thank you
know.
for that.
Yes.
All right, with that, well, all hearts are clear. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye. Have a great weekend. Yeah, see the